YouTube, what's going on? Mr. Eden here, back again, blessing y'all with another video. And today, I want to talk about the importance of having multiple purposes. The reason why I want to talk about that right now, man, is because the gym is closed. I forgot it was closed because today is, Memorial Day or something like that? Yeah, I don't really be keeping up with the holidays and stuff, but yeah, so the reason for having multiple purposes is because in situations like this, the gym is closed, but I got YouTube. I'm here right now creating this video for y'all. You know what I mean? And also I'm working on a couple different things that I already started before I even came out the house. Because all day, you know, I had to clean my room, cleanse my spaces. You know what I mean? I'm reading and stuff like that, reading different books. And when I'm done reading these books, I'm gonna start posting them so you guys can pick them up if you're ever looking for something to get into. You know what I mean? It's worth the read. You know what I mean? So yeah, so the importance of having different purposes is that even if you couldn't get to one, at least you know you got others. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like us as men, what I've come to realize is that us as men, we grow from challenges. We grow from focusing on our purpose. If we're living our life as men, and we can be in relationships, we can be in friendships and whatever. You know what I mean? We can have these things, or we can have materialistic things, but if we ain't doing nothing with our time, we don't feel fulfilled as men at all. We can have everything in the world, but if we ain't doing nothing, we fall into depression. We feel unfulfilled. You can be having sex with multiple women every night. You can be having sex with a female every night of the week. But if you don't got no purpose, if you ain't going out, if you ain't getting to your money, if you ain't getting to that bag, you're gonna feel unfulfilled. Plus, these females are draining all your energy anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean? So another thing too that I realized, when a man is on his purpose, getting to his bag, he starts to, that's the best way to generate more testosterone. The best way to generate more testosterone. And once you have all that energy in you and it starts going up and up and up until it reaches your crown chakra, because that's another thing too that I've been studying lately is chakras. They're the reason, like, behind every chakra, what they do, how they, you know, the roles they play in our life and everything like that. So this morning, when I woke up this morning, I did a 7 chakra cleansing meditation. It starts from the root chakra, then the sacral chakra, then your solar plexus chakra, then your heart chakra, then your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and then your crown chakra. I think it was like a 45-minute meditation. When I woke up this morning, that's what I did, because I felt like that was the next step. Because as of recently, I felt like a lot of my chakras has been, you know, closed up due to like fear, guilt, you know, earthly possessions and all that stuff. So I felt the need to cleanse them, to balance them out. And that's something that I also suggest everyone get into, not just men. Everyone needs to balance their chakras. Because a majority of people, they're living their life in the lowest chakra. They're living their life in fear. They're living their life, you know, not taking risks. And as men, that's something that we all need to do. We all need to take risks. That's the only way that we can evolve as men, as human race, as the human race, matter of fact. You know what I mean? So as of recently, I've been reading. I've been getting into, you know, trying to get to more of my goals, trying to put those in motion, heading to the gym more, I'm really like, the fact that the gym is close to there, and I was dressed in everything too. I was ready, man. I had my water. I was ready. That's another thing too. Drink y'all water. Make sure y'all hydrate. You know, as of recently, I realized that Poland Spring is a good water. A lot of people sleep on it, but Poland Spring is a good water. When I drink it, I feel nourished. You know what I mean? I feel nourished. When I drink water like Deer Park and stuff like that, it gives me a weird feeling. I have no idea if they really took that from like their water or what. But Poland Spring, you got Poland Spring, Fiji, Essentia, all those type of waters. Get y'all some of that, man. Stay hydrated. But yeah, so back to, you know, the reason for multiple purposes. As I said, it gives us men challenges. You know what I mean? It gives us a reason to get out and do what we gotta do. And even if one of them, we couldn't get to one of them, we probably got 3 others. So we're still on our purpose. We're still doing what we gotta do. We're still leading. You know what I mean? And another thing too, a man grows from the dirt. You know, a man is like a seed. They grow from the dirt. They gotta push past all that dirt in order to get up there, so the sun can shine on them. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm here to say, like, y'all need to start watering yourselves. Start watering the seeds that you plant. You can't just plant them and forget about them. You got to take care of them so they can grow into something beautiful. Like Tupac said, the rose that grew from the concrete. He said it himself. That's evidence enough that men grow from the hardest of situations. I was thinking back to when I was living with my grandma, and me and my grandma growing up, I used to think that we never had the best relationship because she was supposed to be my grandma, but she was hard on me, man. She was hard on me. No matter what I did, I used to always tell her, like, I feel like you're picking on me. But as I moved out and as I started looking back on it, I was like, if I was never in those situations, I probably would have never been who I am today. She was always on my back about something, always starting something. I could just be chilling and she would burst into my room starting an argument or something. When I dropped out of school, she kept telling me, like, oh, if you ain't going to work, if you ain't going back to school, you can't live here. I almost went homeless. I could have went homeless. But instead of taking that and being discouraged and just sitting there, I went out, I got a job. As a matter of fact, I was doing music at the time. I was rapping and stuff like that. Making music. I'm gonna have to, you know, plug some of that in the description below. Go check it out when y'all get a chance. But I was doing music at the time. So what I did was I started recording young artists for a price, of course. It was like $20 an hour. It was $20 an hour. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of clientele. A good amount. I'm not going to say a lot. A good amount. But I was getting my money. And that money I used to feed myself, to put food in the fridge, to put food on the table. I used that money to start paying my rent, because eventually she started asking for rent. At first she was saying $100 a month, but then we agreed on $70. You know what I mean? But it became to a point where she started getting greedy about it. So I decided upon myself to go out and get a job so that I can save up enough money to move out, which I did. But see, I would have never done that if it wasn't for the challenges that I went through with her. For her being on my back all the time about something. For her pushing me to move out. Because I was like, I don't want to go homeless, so I got to do something. I got to do something. And it was to a point where I even went out. I never told anybody this. I told my great grandma. She was the only person I ever told. But one night, I got my bag, got my backpack. I packed it with clothes, books, bottles of water, a toothbrush, all the essential stuff that I would need. And I went out for the night to feel what it would feel like to be homeless, just in case I actually ended up in that situation. I went out for the night. Nobody in the house even knew that I went out. I snuck out that night, and I went, and I went to a corner, and I was trying to figure out. I'm like, so where's gonna be my corner? I have to find a comfortable place, just in case this happened. I was prepared. And I was lucky that nothing happened to me that night. But you know why? He was by me. He was by my side the entire time. He protected me that night. Because anything could have happened to me. You know how many drug dealers are out at that time of night? You know what I mean? How many people is looking for a quick lick? I had money on me too. But I was out. I was like, I gotta see what it feels like just in case this actually happens. Because I'm the type of person, I never like to be blindsided by things. So if something's gonna happen, I put myself in that situation before it happens, just so I can be prepared. Or I start doing whatever research I gotta do in order to, figure out my options. Figure out my options. Oh man, she probably was going to the gym. Figure out my options, man. That's another thing too. Never just sit around and wait for things to happen. It's either you make it happen or you prepare for it to happen. It's either you make it happen or you prepare for it to happen, depending on the situation. You know what I mean? So, when that happened, while I was out there, I thought to myself, there's no way I can let this happen. As determined as I was to survive out there, I was like, I know for a fact he would never let this happen. So in that moment, I found the strength. I came back home and I was like, I gotta do something about this. So I started focusing on my music. I started writing music day in, day out. Soon as I would wake up, I would start recording a song. I wouldn't even finish until sometimes 9, 10 o'clock at night. Because not only was I writing it, I was producing it as well. Mixing, mastering, putting it out, promoting. I was doing it all. And eventually, I got so good at it, I stopped writing. Everything was off the dome. Just to save me more time. Because it would be times where I wouldn't even eat. The most I would do is probably get a bottle of water so I can stay hydrated the whole time, or get some tea so I can, clear the phlegm in my throat. But I'm saying this to say, in those moments, I never saw those as the only option. I never saw that as the only option. When I'm in situations, if I'm down, I never see that as the only option. Because I'm like, I got 2 legs. I got the option to get back up and continue. Why I sit here? Why lay here when I can get up? When I can get up and run that extra mile? when I can get up and keep pushing, when I can get up and get back to my purpose. So I'm telling y'all this right now. Never think you only got one option. There's many options out there. You just gotta open your eyes and see it. And if you don't see it, you create your own option. You make your own option. So if right now you think you only got one purpose, think again. You just gotta open your eyes and see it. Or you gotta make another purpose. Find another purpose. And I'll probably go back home and cause I got dumbbells too. That's another thing I'm saying. Cause back when it was quarantine and the gyms were closed, I went on Amazon and I got me some dumbbells. I got me a yoga mat. I got me an ab roller. And I was, on certain days, I would be in the room. At this time I was living with my ex. I would be in the room and I would just like go at it whenever I got the chance to. And her room was pretty small. It was a lot of clutter in there. A lot of stuff in there. But I found a little space and I made it work. I made it work. So, I'm here to say, whatever you got going on right now, on the days where, because there's going to be days where you just couldn't get to it. You just couldn't get to it. Or things happen. But you got to have that backup. You got to have a backup for that backup and a backup for that backup. You know what I mean? But all together, everything is working together. Everything is working as one. Everything is working as one. All the purposes you have come together to propel you into your main purpose. It all connects. It's all like a domino effect. You feel me? So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video for y'all. Keep it short and sweet because I'm like, all right, the gym is closed. Let me just park up, make this video real quick. So I didn't go through the day without doing one of my purposes. You know what I mean? I couldn't go back home and lay in bed knowing that I could have made a video today. You feel me? So that's the type time that y'all gotta be on that type time too. And as I said, I'm not here to force nothing on y'all or nothing. I'm just here to share my experiences with you, my stories, and hope that it inspires you all. All right? Hope y'all have a blessed day. Hope y'all have a great Memorial Day. Thank you for listening. Mr. Eden out. Peace.